Hello. The topic for today is question tag. Now remember, question tag is all about the use of verb. Basically, the use of the auxiliary verbs. In a sentence with an auxiliary verb, it is very easy to convert it or to use a question tag using the auxiliary present in the sentence. Whenever you are using your trying to add a question tag to a sentence, remember that question tag is a part of that sentence. So when you're writing the sentence, write the sentence, put a comma, and then use the question tag and followed by a question mark. Do not forget to put the question mark at the end of every question tag. Now when you're writing question tag, you just don't write the tag. You have to write the question tag along with the sentence. First point. Next, when you are using a question tag, always focus on the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb used in the sentence is to be made into a question tag, and it is to be changed into negative or positive based on the sentence. If the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. If the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. Now remember, it's not necessary that every time the sentence will have a negative marker. Sometimes the word like hardly can also act like a negative marker. For example, he hardly goes there. Now this sentence does not have no, not, never. So the sentence appears like positive, but in reality the sentence is negative. Why? Because when I say he hardly goes there, that means he doesn't go there. So automatically it's negative. Hardly is used to imply the negative in the sentence. That is why in a sentence like this, you cannot use the positive question tag. Okay, sorry, my mistake. You cannot use a negative question tag because the sentence is already in the negative. So here you will have to use a positive question tag. Next point. The auxiliaries that we are going to use. For example, if the sentence has the auxiliary verb is, the question tag is going to be isn't. If the auxiliary is in the sentence is isn't, then the question tag is going to be is. It's that simple. You just have to use the auxiliary and mind whether it's negative or positive, and accordingly you have to change it. Okay. Now next point is that there are certain auxiliaries which do not change the way other auxiliaries do. For example, is remains as is along with the negative marker, but am does not remain the same. Am will change to aren't. Will changes to won't. Okay, so these are some of the changes that you need to focus on, you need to remember. Next point is the auxiliaries in a sentence is easier to convert it into a question tag. But suppose a sentence does not have an auxiliary. What are we supposed to do? If a sentence does not have any auxiliaries like is, am, are, was, were, will, shall. So for example, let's take a sentence. He plays football. In this sentence, there is no auxiliary. But in a sentence where there is no auxiliary, we have to focus on the main verb. Now the main verb in this case is he plays football. Plays is a simple present tense. Now the auxiliary that we are going to replace it with is, what is it going to be? He plays football, so we need to use does. Does he? Doesn't he? Okay, so in case of present tense, you will have to use do or does, and in case of past tense, you need to use did. In case of future tense, you already have the auxiliary, so there is not going to be any problem. Okay, and the next point and the most important point is that when you are using the auxiliary, do not forget to convert the state of the tag. If the sentence is positive, change it into negative. If the sentence is negative, change it into positive. That would be all for today. Thank you.